Good morning. Welcome back to Deer Corner. Beautiful, beautiful morning. But had a very nice sunrise. Had a little thunderstorm last night. And had to stay indoors a little bit, but turned out to be a very great morning. And looks like I'm going to have a chance to have another good day. And one of the topics I want to bring up, that an email was sent to me if I use ATVs, all-terrain vehicles. Years ago, no, didn't have one. But we had a small tractor we used. And you'll hear a lot of old-timers and people my age say that an ATV will ruin your hunt. And then you're going to have some other people say that an ATV, it don't matter. Well, looking at the picture of it, I am lucky here that I could get up, eat breakfast, drink my coffee, and walk to my stand. The furthest stand's 20 to 25 minutes away, depending on how dark it is. And before 10 years ago or more, when you bagged your deer, you drug it out. But today, I still walk to my stand, I still get my exercise. But if I bag a deer, I'll sit back and I'll tag it, I'll wait, I'll come back, get my ATV and go retrieve it. Now, there's multiple hunters, like what happened last year. I bagged a deer just right after sunup. And I sat there for about 30 minutes and I texted my son and told him I got one down, I'm going to go ahead and tag it. And I was out tagging that deer, and pretty soon I heard a gun go off. And he got one down. He texted me he had one down and he was tagging it. So he said he would walk up, get the ATV, and come out and retrieve both of them. So that's how that ended up. And the point there is, I did not want to ruin his hunt. If I bagged a deer and I have an ATV, I run down there, I pick him up, put him on, bring him out, I may ruin the hunt for someone else. And there's a lot of hunters out here, they all have their own ATVs. And it's my ATV, my deer, and I'm going to go get it and bring it out. But not realizing going into the woods with an ATV can ruin somebody else's hunt. So you have to sit back and look at it on how you're going to use that ATV and respect somebody else's hunting. Now here on public property, there are areas you are allowed to go in and retrieve your deer with an ATV. You have to stay on the trail. But then again, respecting another hunter, you're not going to go in there and drive under him to get your deer because you hunted behind him, and you drive right under him, get your deer, you turn around and drive right back out. And he's sitting in a stand and you're driving right under him. So there's a little bit of trade and a little bit of respect on ATVs and using ATVs. No, I don't think they spooked the deer. I think the deer are getting used to seeing automobiles, trucks, chainsaws, ATVs, lawnmowers. I don't think they're spooked by them. I don't think there's an area that's so secluded that a deer has not heard or seen a gas-powered vehicle. But that's my thought. Some people want to argue that. The smell of gas or something in that neighborhood that will spook a deer. The smell of an ATV. Well, I do know this for a fact. A lot of oiled roads in midsummer bubble and smell like crude oil. But them deer still walk across it. So to me that kind of rules out the smell of petroleum will detour a deer. So I just think it's a matter of respect to use an ATV in hunting. But like I said, that's my thought, and I don't use it unless I bring one out. I will not be lazy and drive one under my stand, hunt my stand, and turn around and drive out. I'll walk to my stand and walk out. If I bag a deer, I'll go in and get it and bring it out. But I will not infringe on anybody else's hunting. Now, up in Kentucky, we're lucky enough the same way. The property we have and where we camp at, we could just walk to our deer stands. Same thing. We have that if you bag a deer, you can go in and get one and bring him out. Now the property we are going to be hunting in Missouri, that's a different story. Now that Missouri property where we are allowed to camp, we have to either walk or take our ATVs and go across several hundred acres of crop field before we get to the river bottom. And it's about a quarter mile away. So there we're driving our ATVs to the edge to a spot that we located, and then we walk from that spot to our deer stands, then back to the ATVs, and then back to camp. So there's circumstances involved in ATVs. So this is just my thoughts on an ATV, and I'm glad you're with me this morning. It's a beautiful morning. I'm glad to be here for another day. Things to do here at the cabin. Things to do out here. And I'm going to have a long day to get them done. It's going to get hot early. So they say up around 90 by 11 o'clock. And then from 11 o'clock to 3, I'll just come in and drink some more coffee. But you all have a fine day. And for the subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. And thanks for coming along. And like I always say, if you're in the woods, be safe. I'd rather be safe than sorry. Things do happen. Believe me. Have a good day.